What's going on, beautiful people? D-Lo Brands back for another video. And today, man, wow, I did not think that we would ever get here. But Zapier, one of the companies that has the most access to integrations, has come out with their agent. Yes. So this is Zapier Agents. But first, we're going to look at some documentation. But basically, they're making it super easy for us to get things done. And this is stepping closer to kind of like that real personal assistant AI. And I think it's so powerful that this company does it. And, with their integrations and their ability to train their agents on their entire platform and create, workflows for you basically and get them done, I think is very powerful. So what we're going to explore today is actually how to build one of these. We're going to do like a simple one, check an email, add a calendar event, send an email, stuff like that. But we're going to add a specific trigger, but I'm going to show you two different triggers that you can. And shout out to Creator Magic, which is another AI content creator. He showed this way that you can use shortcuts on your iPhone to be able to trigger things. And we're going to run through that. So stay tuned. A lot to explore here. I mean, I feel like I really do think there are endless possibilities with a tool like this, and it's creating itself and it's intuitive. So let's jump right in and see what we can create. So it looks like they have a tour. Let's take a tour, explore exactly, what it is. So build an agent with a prompt, see your agent's progress and steps step in when needed. Take your agent anywhere with our Chrome extension. Okay, cool. So let's create our first one. And what we really want to do is a pretty simple one. Similar to this one, they have this example. Every morning at 8 a.m., take a look at my task in Asana, find all overdue tasks that have dependencies, and send a Slack message to the product team with a list of the overdue tasks. Like that's operations. So it will streamline your operations. But what I want to do is say, every morning at 8 a.m., I want you to look at my calendar for the day. And so first, let's figure out exactly what we want our agent to do. There's many tasks that can be automated with a tool like this, but let's pick one. So on the side right here, we can see some examples. They have call follow-up, email assistant, lead gen research, biz dev call briefer, SEO analysis, all types of stuff. But we want to kind of display the multi-step functions that this agent can perform. And so all I want it to do is act as a personal assistant, utilizing your tools to serve the purpose given in your trigger. So we have to be and when we're creating this, we want to make sure that we are being pretty specific so that it knows what tools to kind of spin up for you from the get-go. So let's say, all right, so this is the prompt that we're going to use to build our first AI agent. Act as a highly efficient personal AI assistant, period. Your primary function is to process multi-part requests by breaking them down into individual actions. Utilize your integrated Zapier tools to autonomously complete all specified tasks. You are expected to handle requests like send an email to John regarding the meeting and create a reminder in Google Calendar for tomorrow. Upon completion, provide a clear confirmation of all tasks successfully performed. And what this prompt is going to do is basically make it a general tool. So it's not for a specific purpose. It's not saying, hey, you're a sales assistant, you need to focus on this, that, and the third. We're generalizing this so that it can be our personal AI assistant. So let's go ahead and create the agent. And I love that it generates its own instructions and, being trained on this platform, it knows the best way to go about it. So now it is going to prompt us to connect our accounts. If your accounts aren't connected, go ahead and do that and come back to the video. So let's click create. And now we're in this window where we can see our activities, and we're actually going to get to that in a second. We have, some options down here. You can get the Chrome extension. I mean, if you want to get the Chrome extension, it'll be easier to use it for sure. But what we want to focus on right now is insert tools. So like we said, we want this to be an AI personal assistant. And I'm just going to give an example with Gmail and Google Calendar, and probably maybe a trigger using Slack and the one that the other two YouTuber gave. So I'm going to connect my Gmail now. And you have all of these actions. So it's going to be very specific. These are considered activities. So if you want to create a draft, or you want to find an email, or you want to send an email, then you can add all of those. So what I would do is create a draft. Let's create a draft. And now we have basically 4 tools. So we have visit website, we have Google search, we have Google Calendar, we have Gmail, and there's so many other ones. You can go to Notion, you can call an agent, you can upload, you can do so many. And you know, if you want to just scroll down, I mean, if we want to type in Honeybook's here. If you want to type in Amazon, oh, where is it at? Well, yeah, Amazon. You can connect anything. So if you're using something, I mean, Asana, you know, you got Asana, you have ClickUp, you know, everything is here. ClickFunnels, ClickSend, you got Beehive, which is, if you are not a part of the newsletter, be sure to stay tuned for that. We've been sharing a ton of vital information, great ways to do stuff in bite-sized chunks. So definitely check that out. The link is in the description. But you can connect Beehive, you can connect anything. And so the last one that we're gonna do is, let's do Google Sheets, just to kind of get an extra action in here. So we are going to create a spreadsheet row. Yeah. And we're going to connect our Google Sheets. Right here, we are going to let the agent select the value for these fields. It's pretty smart. So I think that this is the best way for it to go. So let's click save. And even in Gmail, we can go in here. As you see, everything is let the agent generate. And okay, cool. And then what we want to focus on is the trigger. So right now we're going to use Slack as a trigger. And basically what we're going to do is, so new message posted to channel. This is going to make sure that inside of our Slack, whichever specific channel we want to use, we can, you know, put it in here. So what we're going to do is use general, and we're going to click show all options, trigger for bot messages. No. Okay. So now we have basically our agent ready to go. But before we test it, I want to talk a little bit about these activities, because this can be a little bit misleading. And I love that Zapier was very transparent in, you know, detailing the usage and what these actually are. So activities are basically anything that your agent does in form of an action. So if it goes and collects some data on the internet, it's an action. If it goes and creates a spreadsheet, it's an action. I believe if it reads a message from your Slack, meaning the trigger, that's an action as well. So this page gives a really detailed way to look at it, and I'll definitely provide this in the bio or the description. And it basically just says, hey, this is an activity and this is not. It says, yeah, using a trigger is an activity, but you know, you have nuances like, is this company already in the data integration? If it's not, then it's going to have to search for an answer within the data integration. And that's an extra, did not mean to do that. That is an extra action that it has to take. But so you get 400 activities per month. And I'm kind of ruling it like this. Every single time I use this AI personal assistant, it is going to use 10 activities. Now we only have 3 things for it to do, so that's not really what it's going to do, but I'm just, you know, really being conservative with this number. So basically I have 40 times that I can use this AI agent in a given month if I'm doing these type of smaller activities. And if you want to go $50 a month, that gives you 1,500 activities, which is about, you know, 3.2 times what we get, or the advanced. But definitely check out this documentation. Very, very useful. So back to our agent. Now we can go over here and kind of get a preview if we want to test our agent. Basically, it's going to go through the workflow for us. So let's say I go to Slack right now and I post a message in there, then boom, it will have that message right there, and then it'll send it to the agent. And then based on that, it will utilize its tools to complete it. So what we're going to do is turn this on, and we're going to open up Slack. All right, now that we have Slack up, basically what we are going to do is send a message in this channel. And all we're going to say is, I need to speak with my business partner, Jake. His email is jake.1@theviewsagency.com. And I need to set up a meeting with him tomorrow at 2 p.m. with the title of Operations Meeting. And I want you to record this meeting in a Google Sheets. So we're going to take out this last part. We're going to take out the Google Sheets part. We're just gonna keep it simple. Honestly, I'm gonna just keep it simple. So now when I send this, basically what it's going to do, and I'm gonna go ahead and open up my email too. All right, so now when we send this message, it is going to make a draft, and it is going to add a calendar event. So now let's click send. And if we go back, we can go to all activity and refresh, untitled agent. Bam. So now it has captured our message. It's thinking about it. I need to speak with my business partner, Jake. His email is jake.1@theviewsagency.com. Okay. So y'all heard it. So now it's thinking about it. It's like, what do we need to do? What do we need to use? What tools? All right. So right here, we see that it has created a calendar event, the operations meeting with Jake. All right. So it did add the calendar event, but it did not create the draft email, I believe. Let me see. All right, so we did end up having the wrong email connected to our Zapier. So we can see that the email was created in the attached or the connected email account. I just wanted to let you know that I have scheduled an operations meeting for us tomorrow at 2 p.m. Please check your calendar for the invite and let me know if you have any questions or need to reschedule. And we can see that it did actually send an email. And I'm pretty sure this was like a calendar invite. So of course, this isn't a real email, but if you wanted to, you could just change the variables to say send email instead of create draft or things like that. So now you can kind of get a picture of the possibilities that we can encounter. And right now we have used 3 activities. So with that one message, with it capturing the message, creating the draft, and then creating the event and calendar, it used up 3 activities. So basically, if I did that, 100 more times, I wouldn't even be at the quota. So they're being very generous with allowing people to test this out. And we're going to get into one more trigger that is going to make it very seamless. It's going to be from your phone. So if you have an iPhone, you have an app called Shortcuts. Let's transition to the iPhone. So the first thing we want to do is change the webhook. Change the trigger. We're going to replace the trigger and we're going to type in webhook. So webhooks by Zapier, and we are going to catch raw hook. And so now we have a URL that we can have. Of course, my trigger will be off, after this video. So don't even try it. But we're going to copy this URL and we're going to open our phones and go into Shortcuts. So now we have Shortcuts open on our phone and we are going to open it up. And so right here, we see this interface. And if you didn't know, this is a very, very, very powerful app. So if we click the plus and we go to record audio, you get that. And then we're going to search for transcribe audio and we're going to tap on audio file and we're going to select variable. And we are going to select recorded audio. So it's going to basically right now it's going to record your audio when you speak. Basically, when you launch this shortcut, you are going to be prompted to speak. It is then going to record your audio and it's going to transcribe it. And so now what we're going to do is basically send that over to the agent as a trigger. So now we want to add get contents of URL. And if you remember, we have that webhook. So now you want to basically paste this in here. So we're going to clear variable and now it has URL and all you want to do is input your URL right there. All right. So boom, paste that in there. So now we're going to click out of this. We're going to click done. And down here, it is going to have your method. You're going to change that to post because we are going to post this. And then you have this new field down here. Click add new field. We're going to click text. The key is just going to be Q. And for the text, click transcribe audio. So basically what we've just set up is recording audio, transcribing that audio, and then through our webhook, it is going to send the information from that transcribed audio to the webhook, and then it's going to trigger the action. So basically, think of the Slack message that we sent as the same thing as this transcribed audio. So we're going to click done, and now we have this new shortcut, and we can rename it. If we want to rename it assistant, we can name it assistant, and I'm going to go ahead and open up back these windows. All right, so we have our whole entire workflow. We're going to go to all activity just so we can, see everything going on. And basically what you can do is take this, customize it a little bit more, choose the icon. Maybe you want to choose this icon. Cool. So what you can do is add to home screen, add it, drag it to your desired page. And now we have our assistant ready to go. So let's click it and see what it does. Let's tap to start recording. I want to set up a meeting with my operations manager, Sally. Her email is sally@theviewsagency.com. And our meeting will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. And it will be about the recap of last week. I want you to create an email and add a calendar event. So bam, that was 26 seconds. Now we refresh. So if you just saw that, you have to allow it. You have to, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do that one more time. I need to have a meeting with my sales manager, Sally, tomorrow. Her email is sally@theviewsagency.com. And I want the meeting to be about a recap of our last sales cycle. I want the meeting to be on July 5th at 4 p.m. And I want you to send her an email about it. So that took 25 seconds. Now this is gonna come up. You're gonna say, allow once, and now right here we can see that our agent has captured it. It has captured the webhook. We see that I need to have a meeting with my sales manager. We just spoke that, and now it is going in and doing everything. Let's go to the 5th, and it has created an event, and also it has created the draft email. Notice that you guys couldn't see the draft. So here's the draft, and here is the meeting. So both of them have been created inside of my email for the exact thing that I asked for. And it actually sent a calendar invite. I just got a notification. So really where the superpowers are going to come within a platform like this is, when you link it together with ChatGPT and create agents for you to literally on your phone, just tell them what to do all the time and they can get it done. I mean, nuanced tasks like replying to emails, finding new leads. You can pretty much do everything. Zapier has so many integrations. So definitely check them out in the link in the description. And also on July 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern time, we will be having an AI masterclass teaching you and showing you how to get started with AI, the best practices, no fluff, no, filler content. We are going to get straight to the point and make sure that you can actually get some actual ROI from AI. So this has been D'Lo Brands, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.